Hi there guys, it's Tom Voyage here. Welcome back to another video. So as you can see in front of me, we have two of the Ooni electric pizza ovens. On this side, we've got the Ooni Volt 12, and on this side, we've got the brand new Ooni Volt 2. In this video, we're going to compare them both and see which one is best for you. Let's go. So a few years ago, Ooni brought out their first electric pizza oven, which is this one right here, the Ooni Volt 12. This month, they've released their brand new version of it. The upgrade, it's the Ooni Volt 2. So in this video, we're going to look at some of the features of both of these, see what they've changed, see what they've improved, and give you the details so we can see which one is best for you. So let's start out by having a look at what's similar with these two ovens. Both of these ovens are capable of reaching high temperatures up to 450 degrees, that's about 850 Fahrenheit, able to cook a Neapolitan style pizza. They both have the same internal size, which is a 13-inch pizza stone, ideal for cooking a 12-inch pizza. They both run at 16 watts of power, and they both have a nice sleek design with a high build quality. So let's focus our attention on the original version, the Ooni Volt 12, and what makes this oven different. Well, first of all, it's designed for both indoor and outdoor use. Now, I've owned this oven for a couple of years, and I think I've used it outdoors maybe once in that time. Primarily, I've used it as an indoor oven. Also, it has three dials on the front. It has one here for the time, it has one here for the temperature, and then a manual control in which gives you a boost mode on the top element or the bottom heating element. Now, what this means is from a usability point of view, it's quite manual. You need to know what you're doing with the oven to be able to adjust those temperatures, but once you learn it, it gives you quite a full manual control over the temperature in this oven. It's also a much larger oven than the new version. So this in total measures 62 centimeters deep, 53 centimeters wide, and 28 centimeters high. It weighs 17.8 kilograms, which is around 40 pounds. Now let's take a look at the new and improved version, the Ooni Volt 2. Now, one of the biggest changes with this oven is something called Pizza Intelligence. Now, that's an adaptive heating system with sensors that monitor and adjust the top and base heating in real time to cook you the perfect pizza. And there's a few preset modes on here that help you do that. So we've got a Neapolitan style pizza mode here. We've got a New York or a thin and crispy pizza mode, and we've got a pan pizza mode. It also comes with a dough proofing mode, a couple of settings to use this as an oven or a grill or for broiling, and then a couple of custom settings which give you the opportunity to dial in your own custom settings for this oven. Now, since this oven has the dough proofing mode, it expands the temperature range. This oven can go all the way from 20 degrees for those low proofing temperatures, all the way up to 450 degrees to cook Neapolitan style pizza. Now, as this pizza oven can be used for grilling or broiling, you'll notice that it comes with this grilling rack in there as well. So it's designed to be more of an all-round oven. You'll also notice it has this nice big wide screen viewing window here so you can see your pizza cooking. It has a brighter light, although I am struggling to keep it on in between cooks here, and it has a better filtration system. Now, one problem I used to experience with this oven is the condensation that comes off when you're cooking a pizza would sometimes drip out the corner of the oven here, whereas I've not had that happen on this new and improved version. Now, you may notice it's actually a lot smaller than the original Volt 12. It's actually 30% smaller, and even though it's 30% smaller, it doesn't lose any of that internal space, which I think is great. It makes it easy to fit onto your countertop. Now, overall, the dimensions are 55 centimeters deep, 44 centimeters wide, and 26 centimeters high, and it weighs about the same at 17.6 kilograms. Now, finally, I'd like to mention that the power cord on this oven is removable, whereas on this one, it was fixed. Now, that's not a big deal to everyone, but I quite like it because when you come to store this oven, it means you can remove the power cord, coil it up, and store it inside. So what are some of the things to consider or trade-offs between these two ovens? Well, first of all, you need to consider whether you want to use the oven outdoors, because the original Volt 12, you could use it both indoors and outdoors, whereas the Volt 2 is only designed for use indoors. The next thing I would consider is the flexibility. Do you want that manual tweakability that you've got by having all these manual dials on the front, or do you prefer an easy life with all the presets that you get on the Ooni Volt 2? Next up is the cost. Ooni brought this oven out costing just £499, which is a significant reduction in the price that this came out at, which was £799. Bear in mind though, this is an oven that's been around for a couple of years now, so if you did want to buy one of these, you may be able to find a second-hand one for a much lower price. However, the trade-off there is you're purchasing old technology, you're purchasing an oven that's kind of been out for a couple of years, when you could spend that extra money and get something that's brand new and comes with the warranty. Next, think about the capabilities of these ovens. The Ooni Volt 12 was designed primarily just to cook pizza. It can do anywhere in the range from 250 up to about 450, which is great for American style pizzas or New York style pizzas, pan style pizzas or Neapolitan. Whereas the Ooni Volt 2 is more of an all-round oven. Remember, you've got those preset modes on there, you've got the proofing mode on there, and you've also got the oven or baking mode if you wanted to cook cookies or salmon or chicken or something in it, and you've got the grilling or broiling mode as well, so you could make a nice cheese toasty or something in this oven. It's more of an all-rounder. The next thing to consider is space or storage. We spoke about before the dimensions, that this one is a much larger oven, so if space is an issue for you, you might want to think about the smaller one, the Ooni Volt 2. Now finally, to wrap up this comparison, we're going to talk about the noise. Now both of these ovens are fan assisted, which means you do get some noise when using the oven. So what I'll do now is I'll turn each one on, let you listen to it for a couple of seconds and see what you think to the noise between these two ovens. So we'll start with the Ooni Volt 12. I'll turn it up and you can hear that fan come on, and I'll stay quiet for a couple of seconds. Kind of like a low humming noise, but not too intense. Now let's move over to the Ooni Volt 2. So we'll select one of our presets here. Let's go for Neapolitan style pizza. Again, we stay quiet for a couple of seconds. Now this sounds like a higher pitch noise, but I would say in terms of loudness, they're both about the same. So make your own mind up about the sound of these two ovens. To me, the Volt 2 does sound more higher pitched and a little bit more noisy. That's probably because it's a smaller oven, so that fan needs to work a bit harder to create the airflow to make it safe to use indoors. Now, before we get into my final summary, I wanted to remind you that if you are enjoying my video, please remember to like and subscribe. If you've got any questions or comments, you can use them down below. And if you wanted to purchase either of these ovens, I'll leave some links in the description too. It doesn't cost any more money, but it helps me out with a bit of commission so that we can keep doing these kinds of videos in the future. Now, depending on when you're watching this video, Ooni are currently running an upgrade program, which means if you have one of the old ovens that you want to trade in for a new oven, you can get up to 20% off. I'll also leave some links in the description for more details on that promo. So which of these two ovens is for you? Well, I think the Ooni Volt 2 is for you if you're only going to use this oven indoors and you don't need that outdoor capability. I think it's a good oven for you if you like the presets, you like that easy life of being able to push a button and cook great pizza easily. I also think it's a good option if you want to bake more than just pizza. If you're going to use that broiling mode, if you're going to use the dough proofing mode, or if you're going to use that baking mode, this can be a real handy all-rounder for all your cooking needs. Now finally, if you prefer that smaller footprint, maybe you've got a smaller kitchen or you want to put this away in a cupboard when you're not using it, as it's got a smaller dimensions, this oven may be for you. Now, what are some of the reasons you might want to stick with the Ooni Volt 12? Well, first of all is that ability to use it outdoors. If you're the type of person that wants to take this away with you on a trip, or you just like using it in the garden, the Ooni Volt 12 is the one out of the two that you can use outdoors. Also, if you like having that manual adjustment at your fingertips, you like to set the timer yourself, you like to set the temperature and have that full control over the top heating element and the bottom heating element, then that also may be a good reason to stick with the Volt 12. Another reason you might want to consider the Volt 12 is cost. The oven's been out for a couple of years now, so you're more likely to find a lower cost second-hand version. Now, whichever of these ovens you choose is best for you, I want to make sure that you know that both of these ovens are capable of cooking great pizza. I've owned both of these ovens for a while, I've used both of these ovens, and I've had some brilliant results off both of them. Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did find it useful, please remember to like and subscribe. If you've got any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. And please remember to check out those links if you did want to purchase either of these ovens. Thanks very much for watching, and please join us next time for more pizza making videos. See you later.